Today we're going to be taking a trip back in time to the 1920s. Imagine that we've time traveled and now find ourselves living in this decade. It's an exciting time, but also a bit of a shock. Let's take a look at what life was like back then. As we step into the 1920s, we can feel the excitement and energy of an era. The air is filled with the sounds of jazz music, and the people are dressed in their finest flapper dresses and suits. It's exhilarating to be living in such a dynamic time. As we read the newspapers, we can see that the world is changing rapidly. Prohibition is in full swing. There's a lot of debate about whether it's a good idea or not. Women are fighting for their right to vote, and there's a sense of optimism and hope that things are changing for the better. One of the first things we notice is the food. It's a bit different from what we're used to, with a lot of canned and preserved items. We try new dishes like Jell-O salad and deviled eggs, and we're surprised at how much we like them. Of course, we can forget about the drinks. The era is known for its cocktails, and we indulge in a few drinks at a local speakeasy. We take a look around and notice that the job market's a bit different from what we're used to. There are plenty of jobs available in manufacturing, with many factories producing items like automobiles and appliances. However, there are also a lot of people working in agriculture, as farming's still a big industry in the United States. As we start to socialize, we notice that the parties and gatherings are a bit different from what we're used to. There's a lot of dancing, with people doing the Charleston and other popular dances of the era. We also notice that there's a lot of conversation about current events, with people debating the pros and cons of prohibition and the women's suffrage movement. There are definitely pros and cons to living in the 1920s. On the one hand, it's an exciting time with a lot of new ideas and cultural shifts. We enjoy the music, the fashion, and the social life. On the other hand, there are some challenges to living in this era. Prohibition can be frustrating, and there are still some societal barriers to be broken down, particularly when it comes to women's rights. In conclusion, living in the 1920s is an experience we'll never forget. It's a decade full of excitement, with a lot of cultural changes happening all around us. We've enjoyed the food, the clandestine drinks, and the social life, but we're also aware of the challenges that come with living in this era. We hope you've enjoyed our journey back in time, and we encourage you to explore more time excursions on our channel.